Yo, what's up? We are now sitting in the Mazda 7e. This is the standard range. And in this video, we're gonna test the headlights. Fortunately, we have lots of snow here nowadays, so that is good because it reflects everything and everything looks brighter than when it's not snowing out. I mean, yeah. You guys get the point, right? So, yeah, this car does not have any matrix light. It's just on-off. We'll see how that goes. So at least we don't have to test the matrix part. Okay, so there's some street lights here. Snow on the ground, snow all over the place, but not on the trees now. Okay, so normally I drive a little bit and then there. Okay, the auto high beam comes on. Oh yeah, that's the thing. It always defaults to auto high beam on every time I start driving. Would be great if you can remember my settings. Sometimes, for example, during 1,000 kilometer challenge on the Swedish motorway, I want to do this manually because it tends to not work the way I want it. You know, you guys know the drill. So yeah, how is the spread? It's not wow good, but it's fairly strong. But again, we can be fooled by the snow. You know, it bounces off the ground. And so on, so it could appear that it is brighter or a better spread than it really is. So, okay, let me see. Oh, what do we see? It's minus 10 degrees Celsius. It should be fairly good grip. Oh, going slightly sideways. Okay, but here again, here, check. Yeah, so it lights up the trees fairly okay. I get the feeling it's nowhere near the German cars. Like the ID.7 could be a potential competitor. ID.7, you know, this is rear-wheel drive, by the way, but there's no small battery in the ID.7, so ID.7 is more expensive. But man, the lights in ID.7 is just wonderful. It was, I think it was 800 ANSI lumen. But here, well. What should I say? It has okay, not the worst I've seen. The worst is very well centered and not much spread at all. But here it's still it doesn't shine that high. It also doesn't shine that wide, and it's also not that strong. So it's kind of average, maybe slightly above average, or no, I would say slightly average. I mean. Better than the worst, yeah. So that means it's kind of roughly their average. Well, I have to be careful here. There might be some ice on the surface. Oh shit, it's minus 12 degrees Celsius. But I mean, that's actually good. The colder it is, the better grip you have. It's around 0 degrees Celsius that it becomes really slippery. But then, hopefully they've salted the roads right over here. So, yeah, let's get over to the farm inspection, right? See how it goes. Wait, let me see. Slow down a bit. Okay. Yeah, you see here is a perfect example where I would see more to the left than the right if the spread was better. And also, what? Really? Okay. I don't have much regen, but I'm at 98%, and this is the LFP battery. So, but I mean, it's been heating up in the garage, so it's 12 to 16 degrees Celsius in the battery now. It was around, I think it was 14 to 15 degrees when we left the garage, and I have a heated and insulated garage. So the delta is already 4 degrees Celsius after just a 10-minute drive. Okay, anyway, here, farm inspection. Boom! Yeah, okay, you see kind of spread here, yeah, right? So there's some spread, but still kind of center weighted. Wait, I need to crank up the heat a little bit more. I set it to 22 degrees. I have to set it to 23. Otherwise it would be too cold in here. And it starts fogging slightly, but it could be because there is some moisture inside the garage. But wait, no, it shouldn't be because Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I used a snowblower today. Oh, okay. So then the snowblower pulled in some water. Okay, that could be it. Okay. Anyway, it seems okay. Yeah, at least from what I see now. But if I would buy this car, I'd probably slap down some laser. What is it called again? Laser Linear Elite 18 Plus, or whatever the latest and greatest is. There you just get wonderful lights. I remember when I tried that Plaid from Bilkomponent. I had 2 of those, but it's overkill. It's like insanely good lights. When I talk about the ID7 that has some of the most powerful headlights in the car industry, that was only 800 anti-lumen, but the LED bar actually meant the car. What the heck? 3 at night. Either he's a gangster or he's lost. There's a ski box on the roof. But the LED bar in comparison is linear laser is something like 12,000 lumen compared to 800. You know, well, I'm not sure if we are comparing lumen to lumen, like we're comparing watt on a stereo system. If it's PMPO, peak music power output, versus with 10% or 20% total or harmonic distortion, or if you're comparing against the RMS, which is usually a lower number, you know. But okay, whatever. Maybe you guys don't know what the heck I'm talking about. But yeah. What should I say about the headlights? Okay, they don't have any matrix stuff. They are okay, but I would probably get a LED bar. If I do this headlight test and I start talking about LED bar and that I might want one if I own the car, then that's usually an indication that the headlights are not that great. So yeah, but at least they're sufficient. When they did 1,000 kilometer challenge, I felt like they were okay. So yeah, like something I could live with. Not immediately need to get some LED bar, but also depends where you live, of course. If you don't go in much pitch dark roads like we did, then maybe it's no big deal. But otherwise, I'll probably get LED bar. Go to Bilkomponent, they can install it for you. Yeah. But okay, so if I would give it points 1 to 10, maybe it's a 5 out of 10 then. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Or I'm being too kind, or I'm being too harsh? Anyway, that's gonna be for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.